Scooter Braun is talking to the media and reflecting on his life. But does he regret his role in the Taylor Swift drama, or has he moved on?
What's up, you guys? It's Susan Morad here with Clevver News, and who could forget the Taylor Swift vs Scooter Braun feud of 2019?
For those that need a refresher, it all started when Big Machine Records, the label Taylor started with at the beginning of her career, got bought by Scooter for about $300 million. Big Machine owned Taylor's first 6 albums. Scooter, most known as Justin Bieber's manager, got put on blast by Taylor on the day of the purchase, June the 30th, 2019, with a lengthy Tumblr post that read, quote, "I learned about Scooter Braun's purchase of my masters as it was announced to the world. All I could think about was the incessant, manipulative bullying I've received at his hands for years." Tay continued to say, "Like when Kim Kardashian orchestrated an illegally recorded snippet of a phone call to be leaked, and then Scooter got his 2 clients together to bully me online about it. See photo." Or when his client, Kanye West, organized a revenge porn music video which strips my body naked. Now Scooter has stripped me of my life's work that I wasn't given an opportunity to buy. Essentially, my musical legacy is about to lie in the hands of someone who tried to dismantle it. Several artists publicly took sides. Justin Bieber, Sia, Demi Lovato, and Kendall Jenner sided with Scooter, while Selena Gomez, Iggy Azalea, Halsey, and Ed Sheeran sided with Taylor. Enter Scott Borchetta, the CEO of Big Machine Records, who responded with his own blog post on the record label's website. Scott had a clapback of his own, saying, quote, "Taylor had every chance in the world to own not just her master recordings, but every video, photograph, everything associated to her career. She chose to leave. It all went south quickly, becoming a war of words, with Taylor accusing Scott and Scooter of withholding her music in November. She said, quote, "Scott Borchetta and Scooter Braun have now said that I'm not allowed to perform my old songs on television because they claim that would be re-recording my music before I'm allowed to next year." Tay insisted Swifties go at both Scooter and Scott, saying, quote, "Please let Scott Borchetta and Scooter Braun know how you feel about this." And they really did. Days later, Scooter indicated he received multiple death threats. "Regardless of who you support in this, death threats are never acceptable." He said at the time, quote, "I just think we live in a time of toxic division and of people thinking that social media is the appropriate place to air out on each other and not have conversations. And I don't like politicians doing it. I don't like anybody doing it. And if that means that I've got to be the bad guy longer, I'll be the bad guy longer, but I'm not going to participate." Later that day, Scooter followed up with a public Instagram message to Taylor about the death threats he and his family had received. He publicly asked Taylor to talk. Fast forward to today, and Scooter is again talking about the Taylor drama. In a recent chat with British GQ, he was asked about running for public office. While he admitted he was interested, he indicated he was staying away, saying, quote, "The reason I have shied away from it is because I have young children and I have to be careful. Recently, I was attacked very publicly by someone I don't know, someone who refused to have a conversation with me. And I wish that person nothing but the best and hope that one day a dialogue is had, because I think it could all have been avoided with proper dialogue. But what it did teach me was that if my children were teenagers, if they were a little bit older, this could have been very hard for them." Obviously, Scooter is referencing his feud with Taylor Swift. While he also didn't directly apologize or even reference Taylor by name, he did concede that he may have contributed to the backlash. "If someone is angry at me, then I must have contributed to their feelings in some way. Right or wrong, I was part of that chain of reaction. Having the ability to say sorry is also very important." He added, "I'm also much more efficient if I can let that go. It's startling how many of these things that you worry about turn out to be simple misunderstandings. It's so easily fixed if you're smart." Not necessarily an apology, but an admission that maybe, just maybe, Scooter didn't handle things the right way. And who knows, maybe one day down the track, Taylor and Scooter can talk it out. Where do you stand in the Taylor-Scooter drama? Should Taylor refuse talking with Scooter on this any further, or do you think she should sit down with him and put this whole thing to rest? Comment down below and get this conversation started.
And for more Hollywood news updates, click right over here to see what Hailey Bieber had to say about people's opinions on her relationship with Justin and comparisons to Selena Gomez. I'm your host, Susan Morad. I'll catch you later. Bye, guys.